you so many times. Every time you forgave me. Instead of going forward, I just press rewind. But baby, I promise I'm gonna stop breaking your heart. I'm never gonna do it again. If you give me another shot, I swear I'll be a better man. Baby, I'll change my ways. I can't imagine seeing you with another man. That'll hurt every core in my body, babe. That's something I could never stand. But baby, I promise I'm gonna stop breaking your heart. I'll never ever do it again. No, no. If you give me another shot, I swear I'll be a better man.
Good evening, good people. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to Intellectual Radio's Voices of Change. My name is Janice, and I'll be your host this evening. This is Relationship Sunday, and my special guest today is Khalid Scott, LCSW. He's going to lead the discussion. The song that opened up, and it was all about relationships, was by Chicago's own Slick. All of you know that I always start off with a scripture. Today it's from Jeremiah 29:11, which is one of my favorite scriptures. And it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Going to start off with just a few news stories because every time Khalid's on this show, we always want to go over. So I want to get right to it. So I'm just going to start off with a few news stories. They're going to be short, succinct, and brief. Here we go. Donald Trump won back the Oval Office and took charge of the government amid the strongest poll numbers of his political career. But as the 100-day mark of his presidency approaches, America's views of what he's done so far have turned deeply negative. Trump's 41% approval rating is the lowest for any newly elected president at the 100 days, dating back at least to Dwight Eisenhower, the lowest presidential approval rating for the time period of 100-day mark in 70 years. Over 100 immigrants were arrested in a raid on underground Colorado nightclub where active duty military members worked, according to the feds. In another story, 3 children who are U.S. citizens, including one with cancer, were deported with their mothers. And they're trying to get the advocacies and the lawyers to help them gain access to the country. First of its kind operation with local law enforcement leads to nearly 800 immigrant arrests in Florida. Anyone who looks at, I don't know, Facebook or any of the social media have been hearing about Shedeur Sanders. Well, he was finally picked up by the Cleveland Browns. Pope Francis was laid to rest over the weekend, and now the hunt for a new pope begins. 11 killed, dozens injured as driver plows into the crowd, according to the Vancouver police. Captain David Meyer of Chicago died last week in a West Side fire that was ignited by a convicted felon. The State Street Bridge in downtown Chicago will close into the fall for long-term repair projects, according to officials. And finally, St. Simon of Cyrene installs a new pastor, Brother Tadeo Magumba, who is being welcomed. And now, let's not wait any longer to listen to the person that's going to lead the discussion on relationships, the one that I try so hard to have every month, but he's always so busy. He's everywhere. He's on all the talk shows. He's on all the shows. Michael Bays and just everyone. Help me welcome to the stage Khalid Scott, LCSW. Welcome, Khalid.
Thank you for having me, beloved. How you doing today?
Oh no, you have to tell me about that trip since the last time we talked. You got to tell us, just come on, just tell us a little bit about that trip.
Well, you know what, sweetheart? That was a twofold vacation. The first half of the vacation was I went to go and see my daughter Anaya in Berlin, where she's a Fulbright Fellowship scholar
A
doing
what? A
a
what?
Fulbright Fellowship
I
scholar.
just wanted to make sure everybody heard that. Okay.
Got it, absolutely. And she's over there for 10 months to do neuroscience research. And she'll be back home in 90 days, to get ready to start medical school at University of Chicago. Full ride,
At
right?
University of Chicago.
University of Chicago. So God is in a big blessing business right now.
And what else about that stint at University of Chicago? Are you going to go in debt? You got to take out some loans? Talk to us.
Absolutely not, sweet pea.
Okay.
That would have been $400,000 for the 4 years. Zero. Zero. We just got to, keep a roof over our head and some food in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? But I could take that because that was another half.
God is good. God is
So
good
good.
all the time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then the ending leg of my vacation was going to Dubai. And since I've been back, I've told everybody who's willing to listen, you got to make that place a bucket list trip because it was so. The city is breathtaking because it's nothing but skyscrapers and mosques and shops. There is no garbage, no nothing. It's pristine clean, right? Pristine clean, and then it's spiritual. You feel the spirituality, right?
Ooh,
And of course the dominant religion is Islam.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And then as folks have stereotyped the place. So yes, women can come there and wear dresses and shorts because you're visitors. But if you go to the mosque, of course, you have to dress demure. You know what I'm saying? You have to be
Yeah.
covered like any other, any Islamic woman, even
Right.
if you want. But when you get to that mosque, you're going to be in such a state of awe where that it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really, really, really recommending men go. And let me tell you why. If you know anything about Islam, it would take away the stereotypes. Islam is very male focused, where it tells men, be in your roles. Be in your roles. Because if us men are in our roles, everything else falls in line.
Okay.
Because we're so used to not being in our roles over here in America, everything is out of whack.
Lines are blurred. That's why women are stepping into it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's not chauvinistic based. What it's saying is if I'm the provider, if I'm the protector, if I give you a sense of security, right? Then it gives you room to do what you need to do, in the relationship. So you can be the nurturer without having to go out and be the provider. So you can be the protector, meaning you got my back covered, not you got to protect the kids because I'm not around. You know what I'm saying? So and then I grew up Islamic and my grandmother is from Jordan. So that was the other connection. You know what I'm saying? So when I put that headdress on, it was like I was at home.
And when you put that headdress on, because you posted a lot of different pictures,
Right,
you
right,
fit so into. I looked and I'm like, wow.
right,
I
right.
could I could kind of see some of your heritage in those pictures. I mean, it
Absolutely.
really,
Absolutely,
wow.
sweetheart. So I highly recommend, please, folks, make that a bucket list trip to go to. Make it a bucket list trip. But also I did a lot of thinking in that place because it was a long plane ride, 16 hours to come
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Janice, as I shared with you, 3 more people. Friday, Saturday, and this morning, I got 3 messages. 3 of my friends are divorcing. 3 more.
Okay, so are they just kind of in the beginning filing for it? They're not.
Yes.
Gosh. So how many I mean, you're talking like 35, right?
Yes. It's the number's 35 now. The number's 35. Number's 35.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to brag or boast, to say, well, you see, I'm right. I'm right.
No, no.
I hate
That's
this. I hate it. So now I wanted to, so as we've been doing, we're talking about the pitfalls of relationships. What can we do to combat the devil that we know? You know, what can we do better in our relationships to try to sustain? Because not only is it affecting the two people who are divorcing, there's kids.
and
Now,
family. And
right.
family. And for
Family
everyone's
and friends, the community.
Right.
The community. And what I'm also seeing is that our children have paid attention to our dysfunctions in relationships, and now in their teens and 20s and early 30s, they're reenacting how mom and dad were. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I have a mentee. He was telling me, he was like, Coach, 7 of my friends are going through divorces, and he's 33.
That's all he's seeing.
Right. So what I'm saying is I got married at 31. So for us, that was fresh getting married. These young people are at divorce in their early 30s. So you see the trend?
Yeah.
Then you got people around my daughter's age like, nah, probably not getting married. Probably
yeah, a lot of them are saying that.
Correct.
I don't want to do it. Yeah.
Right. Or if I do, it's a business transaction. We sign in prenups. I'm giving the engagement ring and the pen.
At the same time.
At the same time.
It's not funny, but oh, jeez.
And wow, we reinforcing it because what's Shannon Sharp this week?
Oh.
That man might lose half a fortune.
Didn't they let him go? Didn't they let him go from his job, or is that just rumor?
They have him on suspension.
Oh, okay. So that's right now temporary, which may go into permanent.
Correct. So the thing is, I want us to have these fruitful conversations, these meaningful conversations, and I hope people are paying attention, because we're the direction we're going in. And remember, Janice, my 35 friends, all in their 50s and 60s. These are not 30-something, 40-something year olds. These are people 50, 60. One of my friends is 66 years old, getting a divorce.
And what is that doing for our community? But think about it. 66, he's a senior citizen. And I imagine she is too, getting divorced.
Yeah.
Probably been together over 20 years.
Right. You know, so and the thing is, if it's healthier for you to leave that person alone, do what you have to do for your wellness.
Right.
For your well-being. But my goodness, what can we do to make this better? You know what I'm saying? What can we do to make this better?
That's what you're going to tell us.
Correct, because one of the top 3 issues is what? Infidelity. So today's show is talking about affairs. I did a post the other day, and I put it in different groups, and it ran off. And it was about affairs start what? With the conversations.
Yeah, that was interesting when you said that, because, you hear it all the time. But think about it. When you're in a work environment, when you're in a school environment, when you're in a church environment, you have these buddies and these friends, and you get closer to some than you are to others.
Right.
So, what does one do? I don't know how to even ask this. What does one do? Because I'm sure that these people that start affairs when it started innocently don't plan to have an affair. I mean, some people do, but a lot of them, they're not thinking about, I just want to jump this man. This is just a friend. How does it morph into that relationship? How do we let it cross over? Or what can we do to prevent it from crossing over?
Well, seeds get planted. Especially
seeds.
If somebody has an agenda. Right?
And most people do.
Right. And most people have agendas.
Yeah.
Right. That's why these dating sites are making trillions of dollars each year. Because people know people are out here, I don't want to say desperate, but people are like, what do I need to do to get my needs met?
Right.
I know I do not want to be alone. I want to be in a relationship. I want companionship. And wow, all I got to do is pick up this device and I can find somebody within the next 24 hours. I'm down with it. I don't have to go to the laundromat. I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to go to the library. I don't have to go to the discotheque. Telling you how old I am, right? I could just pick up this device and find somebody. But
Right.
what happens is on this device, I can be Denzel Washington on the other side of this device. I can be Morris Chestnut on this device. I can be anything that I think you want me to be. And then after I got into your head, because remember, us men. So I've heard this a long time ago when men said, why don't men who wives cheat stay with them? Because in us men's head, that guy had sex with your mind first and your body followed. How do I fight that? For us men, it's the reverse. The physical is the introduction. And then maybe this comes later. Maybe I get caught up. But for the majority of women, it's what he said to me, how he paid attention to my needs, how he gave me attention that the husband wasn't giving attention. What was Sherelle's hit song? Affair.
Yeah.
You know, so, and everything I miss
At home. Yeah.
at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wrote two hit songs back in the 90s, and they were right
And
on.
you know why? Because that's how people were thinking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who wrote both those tunes, they understood,
Yeah.
right? And so what happens is that me as a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me explain about the convenience of an affair. So let's go to foundational stuff, right? Let's go to foundational. So Janice, me and you are married.
Mm-hmm.
Been married 25 years. We're in our 50s. We're real comfortable with each other. But the fire is not there no more, right? So I meet a 32-year-old Janice. I meet a 32. So this woman reminds me of you 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Right? She reminds me of you. I get the excitement. I'm going to the gym because I want to be a little bit fit to go around her. I want to go and get my Cadillac washed. I want to go and wear my fly clothes like I did when I was trying to romance you 20-something years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now I want to really, and remember, I'm in my 50s. So what is that called? Midlife crisis,
Right.
where I want to revert back to those happier days.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is I go to that 32-year-old and I know how my 32-year-old mentees are. They still little milk behind the ears. That 32-year-old girl is looking at me, Zaddy.
Of course, Zaddy.
My Cadillac,
No.
with my 6-figure salary.
Of course.
With me not minding taking her down to Gibson's because my 32-year-old mentee got an issue taking her to Chick-fil-A. That's too much for him, but I'm taking her down to Gibson's and spending $200 on her. And then, God forbid, she got daddy issues. So I'm reminiscent of her daddy. And then guess what? I win. I get you at home, Janice, my rock steady. But now I got to relive my 30s with Janice Jr.
At the same time, which is a perfect world.
At the same time, right? And reverse the women now. Because I know a lot of women got it's like every woman I know got a dude from Indiana. I think I told you that before. It's like every woman I know who got a side dude, the dude live in Gary, Indiana, or Hammond, Indiana.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I love it. And he's the polar opposite of me. So I'm white collar dude. You know, right. I'm stiff and, stoic.
Yeah.
While he that woo 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 woo. We about to go to the family den and eat some chicken wings and watch the Bears. And I'm about to go home and crack your back at the Zanzibar Hotel down the street. Khalid ain't doing that. He too bougie. You know what I'm saying? With all those degrees on his wall. I remember having a client, this was like 15 years ago, and he was like, Dr. Scott, women like, your wives and your boys and their wives, they come down here on the low end and have me and my boys cracking their back in the back of your Escalade truck.
Oh my gosh.
And the way he told me, I believed him. Because while that woman, she's suffering, I'm at work doing 16-hour days. I'm cheating on her with Janice Jr., right? So now she need to get her needs met. So everybody now is cheating out of convenience.
Right. Okay.
But the baseline is I'm trying to get a need met. And I'm tired of asking you to meet that need. Janice, I'm tired of asking you for ABC and 1, 2, 3, and you got it, babe. Got it. When I go quiet, you better worry.
That's true.
When I go quiet, you better worry. But I'm gonna keep you because guess what? I got $500,000 in that 401k. And because I've been married to you for 25 years, if I divorce you,
that's
you
right.
take half my 401k.
There you go. Yeah, that's true.
So
wait. So that's your only incentive for staying. Had it not been for the 401k and you found the other younger Janice, you would skip. I'm asking.
Probably so, because we raised our kids.
Okay.
We got about 5 more years and this house is paid off. I love you. Don't get that twisted. I do love you, but I need excitement. Remember, I'm going through a midlife crisis and I don't feel like going to buy a red Corvette. So I want to get, 32-year-old Janice.
Right. Got it.
I want to get 32-year-old Janice who excites me, who's sending me naked pictures of her that I forget to erase. And then I put this phone down while I'm in the shower and you do 0821, Anaya's birthday.
The birthday.
And you see all the pictures of young Janice. Why do you think a man like Shannon Sharp, who's my age, went to a 19-year-old OnlyFans model?
You tell me. A white one. You tell me. Because it doesn't take Cat Williams to tell him to warn him about that. So you tell me.
It didn't matter, did it?
No, it not at all.
It didn't matter.
Not at all.
It doesn't matter that he's an NFL legendary performer. It doesn't matter that every week he's interviewing other athletes with the same story. The same. And then now we're finding out it's been other women who's accused him of things.
Not
That's
like that, though, is it?
Yeah, another woman who tried to sue him like 2 years ago. She's back in the public with it. So it doesn't matter how many times, but that tells you how deep his need is. And as I was sharing with a friend of mine, because he's such a sexual deviant, I truly believe that he's been molested as a boy.
That he has too.
Yes. Because the sex thing is a deep, like, did you read the text messages between him and her? They were off the chain. They were off the chain, So it tells me that it's a deviant thing going on. And typically in my industry, when we hear those kind of behaviors, typically something has happened to the perpetrator of this or the victim of it.
You're
right?
probably right. I believe that.
And so also you add on this. No, Janice, I don't want you. I want that moldable, dependable 19-year-old because she giving me everything I'm missing at home. Shannon Sharp, people don't even know he got kids.
I couldn't believe it. I heard he got 3. Yeah, I heard he had kids. I'm like, what?
Right, by black women.
I know. I didn't even think he did. I thought they just liked the bunnies.
No, his children are by black women. So the thing is, something happened a decade or two where he says, you know what, I'm about to go on the other side. Now this man might lose half a fortune, but in another year, he'll be doing it again. he'll do it again.
It's like an addict,
Because
isn't it?
be-
Isn't it like addiction? It's like an addiction.
absolutely. Remember, I become an addict because why? One, I'm trying to self-medicate a deep pain. That's what gets me addicted. I'm trying to self-medicate a deeper pain. This makes me feel good, even though it's temporary. It makes me feel good in the moment, in the present.
And the risk doesn't matter because he knows the risk. It doesn't matter.
I'll make millions. I can't take that money with me if I die. My kids are okay. They got life insurance policies. My kids and grandkids will not starve.
Okay.
But also, too, I'm tired of y'all saying I'm gay. So now I'm coming these scenarios after scenarios with these women. But Shannon, you got to understand, people are a little bit more evolved.
Yeah, that makes me suspect too.
Absolutely, brother.
So
Absolutely. Even if he was to get married, people are
right.
going to believe what they believe.
Right.
So, but that's enough about them, right? You got to, in talking about infidelity, right? One of the things I'm going to state is you got to know who your partner is and their needs assessment. Because if you can't meet their needs, even their basic needs, you're going to have problems. Imagine if you were Kim Kardashian's best friend. And did you hear about what I'm not R. Kelly, but we can use him too. But Kanye West this week.
Yeah, with the cousin.
With the cousin.
Yeah.
So imagine being sitting down with Kim Kardashian over some Starbucks coffee, and now you got 5 kids by this man, and you hearing that this man performed fellatio on his cousin as a teenager, and now you're thinking, do I want my children to go to the house with him? But see, she was starstruck, and he's a billionaire, and he's black. But my goodness, you got let's do some research on people.
But how would she have ever found out something like that? How would anybody?
See, we're thinking about our wallets and our purse. I'm talking about billionaires. Billionaires and the resources they have. Right now, I could call one of my cop friends and have them run somebody's license plate. And I ain't no billionaire. So imagine if you're a billionaire, the things that are accessible to you.
That's true.
So, and I'm not saying that you were going to marry somebody perfect, because remember, the perfect couple to me was the Huxtables, right? Mm-hmm. But Felicia Rashad has been divorced 3 times, and we know about Bill Cosby.
3 times.
She was married 3 divorces.
Okay.
3 divorces. I believe I heard 3 divorces. I know for sure 2.
I know for sure 2. Probably maybe
right.
3. I don't know.
But when we can look it up. But the thing is, they were the iconic perfect couple. They complemented each other. When Mama Claire was getting on somebody, Papa Heathcliff sat back and just paid attention and was silent. And like, you probably need to go upstairs, Theo, for your mama break your neck.
And do you know a couple like that? Because you have so many people in therapy. So I'd imagine you probably know someone like that. I hope you don't know just the 35 or ones like the 30. Forget it. Go ahead.
No, I know some older couples like 70s. I went to a birthday party last night, and it's with one of my 75-year-old aunties. Mm-hmm. And she's just been married 5 years to her preacher man. And it was wonderful to see them in action. But imagine their stories prior to them getting together.
Yeah, they got married at like 70 then, you know?
They got married in their 70s, right?
How nice.
You're right. So that gives hope. But imagine if you met him or her back in their 30s. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
You know, but I'm still optimistic. I still want to go to weddings every summer and spring. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in love. But what I'm saying is that with everything happening, how we're being attacked, and the devil is busy.
Oh, yes, he is busy.
He's so busy. He's so busy, right? That we got to put our armor on. So going back to affairs, right? Affairs of convenience, just for sport. I want to know if I can still pull a 20-something-year-old, a 30-something-year-old.
For your ego.
Right? I want to know. As a woman, man, I want to know that, man, I've been the good girl all my life. Now I want to do, I'm listening to my little cackling heifer friends talk about messing with Tyreek, who worked at the steel mill, and how he cracks the back. You know, my husband ain't doing that. So as you got the affairs of convenience, that those scare me. The
They
reason
scare you?
why those scare me, because not a lot of thought gets put in. You're basing it on an emotional fulfillment.
Mhm.
You're basing it on impulsivity, right?
Yeah. But
Want to
don't you
do
think,
it.
but don't you think men do that more than women? Because an older woman is going to think, even if she has a need or I don't know, some kind of fairy tale about a young man, she's gonna think all he wants is whatever, whatever. I mean, they can get a younger woman. I'm older. What do they want? A sugar mama? You know what I think
Mhm.
men may think that more so. Women do too, but I think men may think it more so.
So let me teach you about us men.
Teach me.
So me and you are married. We've been married 25 years.
Yep, yep.
I cheated on you in our 30s. I was sloppy and you found out.
Mhm,
I cheated on you in our 40s. I
mhm.
was sloppy and you found out.
Jeez.
Now we're in our mid 50s. What have you taught me to do to you?
Try to be more careful when you cheat each time, but you haven't because you're still sloppy.
The opposite, Janice. You
Huh?
you was trying to be funny right there. The opposite. What have you taught me?
I haven't taught you anything, apparently. I can't teach you anything.
I taught you that you're going to stay.
No, no, no. You taught me that I'm going to stay. Oh, and I did teach you if I stayed 30s, that's a decades. That's not so that means you can do whatever that means you can do whatever the hell you want. And
Correct. You're not giving up our pretty house in South Holland or Olympia Fields. You're not going to let some young girl get my fat 401k. You still want the kids to believe in our love. I provide for you. So if my 80% is I'm good to you, you've learned how to navigate my 20%.
you may have you may have something there. I'm just saying.
I
Okay.
do your research if you don't believe me. Talk
No,
to one
because
of your girlfriends who been married to seem like a no good dude, and say, why do you stay? And
because
she will
most
go down
most
the
don't have the
laundry.
80%. Most don't have the 80%. Think about it. What
But in
what you
their head,
said,
they do, Janice. In their head, they do. The house, the kids, the 401k, the trips to
wherever,
Italy.
wherever, yeah.
That's 80%. The 20% is you messing with Tamika. But even with that, you're going to be with Tamika for a little while until she starts getting greedy or starts thirsty. And then you're going to get rid of her because your thing is Tamika, Janice is number one. Janice is number one, sweet peep. Shut up. You want me to buy you that dress from Macy's and that purse from Louis Vuitton and you want to go to Gibson's for your birthday? Shut up.
Good point.
I told you when I first went out with you, I'm married. I ain't giving up my 401k and thousands of dollars in alimony to be with your young self.
Mm,
Shut up or I'll find somebody else. Because there's 20 women waiting to be the next Tamika.
that's true.
Absolutely. So when people have certain mindsets, when people are trying to get needs met, Janice, then we're open. We're open to it. Yes, sis, have your cake and eat it too. And I'm gonna have the cake, the ice cream, the pizza, and the party favors.
And what is Janice getting other than the hopes of living long enough to get the 401k and to get this and have a pretense of a nice, happy home? What is she getting? I know she's doing a cost benefit analysis, 80%, 20%. What is that? I'm sorry.
You got the paperwork. You got the paperwork. You got the papers on me. You got the insurance policy. You got the mortgage deed. How dare you? How dare you? I've given you everything, Janice. I just want to go out and have a little fun. I'm a man. And if you divorce me and get with another dude, he gonna do worse. At least you know the devil in the house.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Even though I'm laughing, that has a lot of truth to it. And I've seen it over and over and over again.
It doesn't matter, Joyce. It doesn't matter. You can be Oprah Winfrey. You can be Oprah Winfrey because you want that man next to you every night. It doesn't matter what your bank account got. It doesn't matter how many degrees you got on the wall. I know so many women who went and got PhDs because why? They were single. So that PhD was supposed to fill up my time. But guess what? You have a graduation, right?
And you're done. Now what?
And you're done. Now what?
Yeah.
Now what? And us men know this. You know, I was in a fashion show a couple of months ago. It wasn't the young boys who was getting yelled at, right? Who you think was getting yelled at, Janice?
Who was getting yelled at?
Azadis. Azadis was getting yelled at. Because even the young women was like, oh, wait a minute. 55?
They was hollering.
Money? Cadillac? Lexus? Mercedes-Benz in the parking lot? While you got little Jaquil, you know, he still want to do Uber Eats.
I like what Angela Johnson said. Here's the deal. You don't have to live like this, sisters. That joker don't get to dictate one thing. I don't do devils. I love me some Janice. Oh, Angela, I'm sorry. Can't read today. Love it.
And that's my baby girl. But you know what? If I was going to target Angela, I would take that as, guess what? A challenge. I would take it as a challenge. Oh, babe, you that woman, you that boss chick, Angela? For real? Yeah, you know what, Angela, man, that's sexy. That's sexy, Angela. That's sexy. Is that money in the bank gonna make you warm tonight? You want to go and see Sinners, right? You gonna take your bank account to the movie, or you want to take Khalid?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Or take herself, or take her girlfriend, or her sister.
Okay. You ask any woman who go on a girls trip or go to a concert or go and see a Denzel movie, who would they rather be with? My girls or my dude?
Ladies, you heard the question. Who would you rather be with going to the show or going on a girls trip? Your girls or your dude? Anyway.
Now, of course, women, y'all like bonding and stuff. So, of course, y'all like, going out together. But at the end of the day, Janice, how many of your friends, when they were single, you talked to them consistently? But the minute Dwayne or Walter came in or Steve came around, girl, you know what? Dude, I got to go and make his plate. I'll talk to you later. You know how it is.
That happens sometimes.
Oh yeah, okay.
If they get busy, they may get babies. They got a family now. I mean, I only 24 hours in a day. I get that.
Oh, absolutely. See, Janice, the thing is, about me, I'm gonna be for real. And remember, I'm all the stories I'm telling. Hold on, at 50.
Get out of here from a different generation. Oh shit.
Angela, me and you gonna meet 2:30 in the school parking lot. Don't bring
God,
nobody. Don't bring
Angela, I'll be
nobody.
there. I'll be there, Angela. That's funny. You need a damn blue pill. Okay. Woo, hope no kids around
That's
here.
okay.
Anyway,
That blue pill lasts for 4 hours.
my 4 hours.
4 hours.
I hope he gonna go see a couple women then.
4 hours.
4 hours.
That blue pill lasts for 4. Janice at the VA, those vets get those blue pills, babe. They get them. So I didn't know about the blue pill, but man, they be telling me the story. So yeah, okay, whatever is an enhancement. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, as long as it do what it do, and you get that back crack.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, get back on
Okay.
topic. So infidelity. If you have a question like Khalid, will it ever end? Absolutely not. There's no incentive for it to end. There's no incentive. Now you have women being bold about it. Remember, we used to take this pride about women that a woman would go to the grave if she cheated, right?
Right. That's true.
No. One of my friends went to a concert with her side dude, and I'm like, "Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You
Well,
going
she
to
could have pretended it was a friend.
But still, the boldness.
Yeah, it's bold. But men
I
do.
can see if she would have jumped in a car and went to Indianapolis to the concert.
Indiana.
You know what I'm saying? She went downtown to the Chicago theater.
She could run into anybody.
Could run into, Black Chicago.
Yes.
You know Black Chicago.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, sweetie, it's never going to end. But how do you make your relationship infidelity proof? Is that a better question to ask?
That's a question I'm asking to answer that. Or is there such a thing?
Okay, so y'all ready to take some notes?
Come on, he's gonna give us some nuggets. Get your pen out and take some notes. How to make your relationship infidelity proof.
Tell me when you're ready.
We are ready.
You can't. You can't. You can't.
So that's why Felicia Shaw got divorced 3 times. I get it.
You can't. You can't.
Okay.
People cheat for different reasons, Janice. See, if we all follow the same formula, then maybe we could come up with strategies. I'm cheating on you because I got longevity with you and I need to spice it up. David may be cheating on his wife because you emasculate me.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Jerome might be cheating on his wife because my wife is dealing with a disability and I can't be with her physically. Dwayne might be cheating because I grew up in that environment. My dad, my granddad, my uncles, my older brother, my cousins, it's a rite of passage. So when you have different tree branches of infidelity, right? You can come and sit in front of me, the super therapist, and I can tell you all the right verbiage. I can pull out this DSM-5 and diagnose and tell you this is the treatment plan. But I can't stop you if you at Walmart and you standing in line and Steve, 6'3", is standing behind you and say, man, that's a pretty manicure, pedicure you got. That goes, all this goes out the window because guess what he just did? What did he just do, Janice? He just gave you something that you was probably missing.
Right. He complimented you. So that's something you probably didn't hear. Just a simple, that's why men always do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so I wish I could tell you, but now I can give you some concrete information that may work, but it all comes down is your mate, knowing who you in a relationship with. So I may say, let's take Khalid and Janice. Been married 25 years, raised 3 kids, house got 5 more years before the mortgage is paid off. You know, both of them have degrees on the wall. They make good money. They want to go and ride off in the sunset. Hey, Khalid, why do you need a younger version of Angela? I don't know. Maybe it's just a phase I'm going through. I just lost weight. You know, I color my beard. I'm getting called Zaddy. And I just want the attention. But I love Janice. See, he's easy for me to treat. I got to walk him out that phase and remind him of his bigger picture life. But if I'm Khalid, a molestation victim, and I'm married to you, Janice, my promiscuity level may be higher than the normal man. So sex is almost like an addiction. So it has nothing to do with you, my love. As my wife, you've been great. But I got this sexual desire, hunger, addiction that can't ever be filled because it's psychological.
Wow. That's horrible. Okay.
I learned about sex and pleasure at 7 years old when I wasn't supposed to be learning about sex and pleasure that young. I got molested by my uncle. So now I'm trying to prove that I'm a man. That's why I'm sleeping with a bunch of women, because I'm trying to fight a homosexual demon. So it has nothing to do with you. It's in my mind, my psyche. So do you see what I'm saying? That it's no.
That's good. Yeah, yeah.
Right. It's deep. So then that's when Janice has to say, what's my breaking point? Because Khalid, I gave you 25 years and I gave you 3 kids. Now, Khalid, I'm going to take half that 401k plan.
That's right.
And because we've been married 25 years, you're going to pay me alimony for the next 25 years.
Come on.
And I'm gone. Love you. We're going to go to graduations. We're going to go to the wedding. We're going to
parent. Yeah.
We're going to have grandbabies. I'm going to love you from afar.
There you go.
But I can't take this no more. I didn't sign up for this.
Wow.
That's your only intervention. That's your only intervention. But I get it. You don't want to leave me because I'm all you know. I've been with you your adult life. Janice and Khalid, Janice and Khalid. But babe, you got to decide which is more important, your well-being or your comfortability.
That's right.
And I promise you, if you take care of your well-being, your comfortability will kick in. Your comfortability will kick in. But if you stay with me, I'm chipping away your entire spirit.
That's right.
I'm chipping it away.
So you're trading off yourself, basically.
Correct. And then when you leave me, Janice, it doesn't stop there. You better go and see Khalid Scott, the therapist.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because why, Janice? Why do you need to see Khalid Scott, the therapist?
You got to heal too, because you're broken. Been in that 20s.
I've broken you. I helped break you.
Right.
I helped break you. So now, because if you don't, then you're going to get with another Khalid.
Of course.
Because guess what? Khalid has what? He's in your DNA. He's your familiar zone.
So that's what you'll be seeking.
So that's what you will be seeking. You won't seek the other guy because he's not familiar to you.
That's right.
I am. My dysfunction, my toxicity is familiar.
Yeah, that garden tool spirit. You're right.
Absolutely. I told a friend of mine, you divorced your husband, but the new boyfriend is your husband, but just in a different wrapping. No, he not. No, he not. Yes, he is, sis. I see it.
Mm.
I see it. He's just wrapped up differently.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't see it because you're in the honeymoon phase of it. He's
You
treating you
preaching.
like your husband treated you 25 years ago when he first dated you.
That's right.
But because you haven't done the healing part, you can't see it.
Jen, go on, Khalid.
You can't see it.
You're right.
But it's your comfort zone. Janice, my ex-wife, had long hair, a beautiful face, and an educator. My current friend has long hair, a beautiful face, and an educator. And I'm the therapist. The only difference is my ex-wife is a free spirit, and the new lady friend is more closer to my personality.
Okay.
That's the only difference. But I have a type. I have a type. We all have types. We all have types. And we like what's familiar. Janice, if you woke up and brushed your teeth before you took a shower, how prone are you not to take a shower then brush your teeth?
Yeah, I'm a creature of habit. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's true.
Right. Right. If you're cooking and you're washing dishes at the same time, how close proximity are you going to keep doing that? You're going to wash the dishes as you're cooking.
Yeah, that's right. That's what you're going to do. That's right.
What you're going to do. We like our familiarity zones. So, guys, please let me repeat this again. You cannot stop somebody from cheating. You know, you have, like, I remember I shared this story and got cut up on Facebook. About 15 years ago, me and my buddies would go out every year, once a year, fellas night out. We had this one buddy, right? And he was a beta male. So his wife kept calling him while he out with the
Where
fellas.
you at? Where you at?
Where you at? Where you at? So us guys at the, we like, dude, is everything okay? He was like, yeah, man, you know, she just da 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 da. I said, dude, can you just remind her that you out with the fellas? We got you. She kept calling. So he got frustrated and did what? He turned off his phone. Guess what she did afterwards, Janice?
Don't tell me she showed up. I don't know. What did she do?
She called the restaurant. She called the restaurant. She humiliated him. She emasculated him. Now, we know why she does what she does, because that beta male, remember, beta men, they typically don't show up like alpha men. Alpha men, we're going to show up and we're going to do what we're going to do. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I don't care. I'm doing it. Beta men appear to be more laid back, go with the flow. But see, beta men are sneaky. My buddy had cheated on his wife and she called him. So that's why she was trying to make sure, right?
Okay.
So we understood.
Okay.
Sweetheart, he could leave the restaurant right now and go to another woman's house.
That's right.
You cannot stop a human being from doing what they choose to do.
And you can't track them 24/7 either.
Absolutely not.
It's true.
One of my friends just told me her girlfriend, who feels like the man might be cheating, sent another friend over to the guy's house to see was another woman at the house. I said, sis, why he do that? I mean, why'd your friend do that? Why didn't your friend get in her car and go over to her house, or go over to dude's house herself? Why you got your friends involved? What if your friend would have went over there and got into it and got shot to death?
Oh, geez. Things happen, though.
Things happen in this world. People for real about their relationships. And you don't know what you sending me off to.
Right. And I wouldn't go.
And I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go. We too old to be playing those games. If you think he cheating, Janice, he cheating.
That's right.
Use your intuition. God, y'all women brag about having mom wit and woman wit. Use it. It's your tool that God gave you.
That's right.
If you think I'm doing something, more than likely I'm doing something, because why? You know my behavior patterns. If you get up, if I didn't wear cologne and I didn't go to the gym, but I'm getting up, going to the gym, losing that belly and putting on Michael Jordan 1993 cologne, woo! I'm messing with Janice Jr.
Yep.
If I come home and I smell like lilac, vanilla body,
Yeah, come on now.
They don't put that in the soap dispenser at the gym.
Yeah, no.
No, no, no.
You have given us so many nuggets, and I can't believe we're less than 3 minutes out. Oh my
Absolutely. God. So again, the only intervention is you pulling up your self-esteem.
Yes. I think another important nugget that you said that resonated with me was that after women leave these relationships that break them, they need to get counseling before they move on to another relationship, or they'll get the same kind of guy.
Correct.
That is critical. That's critical.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? And again, I will not downgrade that. People want companionship. People want company.
Right.
And we'll make sacrifices for that. We make sacrifices to get our needs met. But my thing is, love on you first.
That's true.
Have the best love affair with you. Because what happens is people smell desperation. People smell your desperation.
I believe that.
When people smell your desperation, they will treat you like garbage.
Oh, yeah.
When people smell your confidence, they'll treat you better.
That's true.
But if they smell desperation, they'll treat you like garbage because then they know you're vulnerable.
That's right. And you'll take and accept anything.
Absolutely.
So.
And we all play the fool. Khalid plays the fool. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you're trying to get a need met.
Right.
But something clicks after a while of being hurt. When it clicks, let it stay on. Let that light that came on, let it stay on. Ladies, us men have PhDs in this. Y'all have associate's degrees in it.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to say that again.
Say it again.
Us men have PhDs in infidelity. You all have associate's degrees. And what I mean is our infidelity is on a different level because what happens, I can cut my emotions off. I will love you, Janice, as my wife, but when I'm with Tamika, you just at home.
Wow.
I'm not going to divorce you. I don't hate you, but I'm with her. I'm with her. That's it. That's all. So again, you got to do what's best for you. For me, the first time I got cheated on, I broke up with her and I was 22 years old. I broke up with her immediately.
Right.
Because even though I was dark-skinned and big and a mama's boy and lived in the hood, it's always been something about Khalid that just saw greatness in me. And if you got to be with another person, be with them.
Right.
Be with them. It's okay. Because guess what? I realize nerds can pull beauty queens.
Yes, they can. That's right. It's true.
Criminals can pull wives. I told you last month at Cook County Jail, every Monday is wedding day.
And it's packed. It's not funny.
I'm in jail and you gonna bring your yellow stuff down to 26 in California
to marry me,
dress on and marry me. So I don't need to be with you if you want to be with another dude. I'll find somebody else in 2 minutes, depending on the app.
Yeah.
Depending on the app. Guys, if I'm the nice guy think like this, what you think the mean guys are doing?
Yes.
So this is our talk about infidelity. It's not going to stop. You cannot make nobody stop if you put a tracker on them. You have to do what's best for you. If you choose to stay, forgive, and shut up. If you choose to leave, leave all the way.
That's right.
And that's it.
Wow. Again, perfect timing. Our time is up. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Khalid. We always appreciate you gave us a lot of nuggets there, and we appreciate it. And I hope to see you again next month, the
I'm
end of the
ready.
month, the end of
You
the
know
month.
what? You know what? Next month is mental health month. So let's talk about
Oh,
relationships and mental health.
yeah,
Yeah, next month is mental health
absolutely.
awareness month. So let's
Mental health
do it.
awareness. Let's do it. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and tune in again to Intellectual Radio Voices of Change. Thank Khalid. Khalid, tell them how they can reach you because
Yes,
you
I'm on.
we really need to get counseling, even though
I'm
you're booked up. Even though I
on
know you're
all social media platforms. Khalid Scott, Khalid. You can reach me at 312-43 Scott. 312-43 Scott. 437-2688. I'm on Psychology Today. I'm with the private practice is www.highachiever.net. Or
all right.
Google me. Just put my name in the Google bar and you'll find me.
That's Khalid Scott.
Khalid Scott.
All right. Thank you again. Everyone have a great week.
Thank you.